Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, coming back to you with another video. And today I want to talk to you about a situation I encountered Sunday night through today being Tuesday when I'm making this video. And the situation is a glitch that I encountered that maybe you've encountered as well. And of course, please comment down below if you have. But it's one where I had and now don't judge me, I'm gonna show you a screenshot here, carried over some products from Jenna's store over to mine, and she had listed a bunch of health and beauty. There's 2 tubes of this Arm & Hammer toothpaste. It was like $10 when we first started. We kept lowering the price, and finally someone jumped on it and they decided they wanted to buy it, which is fine. However, it came up in our awaiting payment, and Monday came and it still was there, and I didn't pay it any mind. I just thought it was one of those buyers who bought something and just either forgot to pay or decided they weren't going to be buying it. Tuesday morning rolled around and I was checking my my transactions like I always do, checking my messages and any sales that I made overnight, and I noticed it said the item was paid for. So I figured they may have paid overnight, and I really didn't think much of it. I went through my other messages, dealt with another situation that I'm going to be talking to you about here in a minute. And, you know, I went to go and pick my items so I can do my shipping, my overnight orders. On the prepare to ship or ready for shipment tab, I didn't see that item at all. So I thought that was kind of strange. So I stopped what I was doing. I went in and it's still in my awaiting payment. So I go back into my phone, check the app, and the app says that it's paid for and it's ready to ship. And you can click on the transaction details and it shows me that it's a global shipping program item going to Erlanger, Kentucky. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do at this point. Went back on the computer and I clicked on my payments and then all transactions tab, and I found that this money was in my completed transactions and it was in my available funds. So the money had been paid for on the 23rd by the buyer. It took a day for the money to clear, and it's in my available funds on Tuesday, today, when I'm making this video. But yet I can't ship the item. So I went to the item in the computer, and where it said awaiting payment, I clicked on the tab that said, or the drop-down menu that said print shipping label. And I clicked on that, and in red, it comes up with little things saying, it appears that this item has not been paid for. Please make sure, you know, you receive payment before shipping out this item, or something to that effect. And then if you drop down a little lower, it showed that no services are available. And it didn't even have the actual address of Erlanger, Kentucky on the right-hand side. It had no address. So I'm like, okay, now, even though I knew I could probably go into Pirate Ship and ship this thing out, my concern was, even if I did that, shipped it out to Pirate Ship with the address that I had in my phone, because the phone gave me the address and the customer number, that's the reference number that's needed when you send an item by global shipping. My concern was, if I ship this thing out and eBay's thinking that they haven't paid yet, what is the eBay side of global shipping going to think and do with this item when they receive it, thinking that this is not even paid yet? If I'm not paid yet or showing paid yet, is global shipping going to show up as being paid? So I do what I do best. I called, spoke to a representative who wanted to tell me that I should just wait, sit on it, and wait for it to switch over. It's not a glitch, and it's something that should resolve itself. And I knew that was a lazy answer. And of course I said, look, just put me over to someone in managed payments, please. And she reluctantly did. Thank goodness I got someone in the United States who was willing to listen. The rep put me on hold and said, I'm going to contact the tech department to see if it's a glitch and what we can do. So they came back and said, it is a glitch. It's a known glitch that happens once in a while. She didn't say whether it was a global shipping program thing or not, but she said, look, give it 24 hours and they should have it fixed by then. to where you can go in and run the label. I said, well, should I just cancel this? It's like $8 or $9. I don't want this to be a late. That's the only reason why I'm calling you, is I don't want this to be a late on my account, on my defects. And I don't really want this to be a cancellation of any kind, even though I'm saying there's a problem with the address. I just don't want that. So what can I do? She's like, look, give it 24 hours. If it's not resolved by then go ahead and cancel the transaction. We have the notes in here, and it won't be a late on your account because of the notes that we have in the system. So I said, okay, fine. And that's kind of where we're at with it right now. But have you guys seen anything like that? Put your comments down below. Let me know if you've seen anything where you have a item that shows awaiting payment. However, the app is showing it's paid for. Have you encountered a glitch like that? And if so, did they ever resolve it? How did you have to handle that? How did you end up fixing the problem? Or did you have to cancel it? Or did someone from eBay finally fix it for you? Please comment down below and let me know. Maybe I'm the only one, but hopefully I can share these experiences with you and maybe find someone who's encountered this situation. So as you know, this episode of my show wouldn't be complete without a fitchy or one of those sketchy buyers that we always talk about. So on Monday morning, I sent out my offers to watchers like I always do. And I have a laptop. It's a really nice laptop, a $1,200 laptop that I received in like one of the liquidation lots that I bought. And it has a new box, and it's just great. It's complete. It's open box, but it's as new as you're going to get without it being actually new. I think it had like a little blemish on it, but other than that, it's factory formatted, ready to go. And so it's a $1,200 laptop. I think I had it for $699. I sent out offers to watchers on Monday morning for $649. And I think I had like 3 watchers on it. That afternoon, I got a message from someone that said, hey, I'll do $575 if you can agree to that. I'll pay for it right now. And I thought about it, and I said, that's kind of steep. If this guy is serious, I can maybe do $600. But, I'll sit on it. I'll probably get closer to my price based on the comps that have sold for this particular laptop. So I said, I can do $600. Let me know if that works for you. And he comes back with a message saying something to the effect of, if the taxes are going to kill him and make it too expensive, and he'd rather do it a different way. And he left an attachment with his phone number and email. And I replied to him, I said, look, I don't do transactions off of eBay, especially ones this large. Both buyer and seller are protected if we keep the transaction on eBay. I'm not interested in selling this. He was probably going to be willing to pay me $600 if I took it off of eBay. But, hey, I can't do anything about the tax situation. I'm trying to run a legit business. eBay monitors these communications back and forth with your buyer. And if you're engaging in any kind of conversation where you're giving them an email address or a phone number, or even encoding it through, crypted messages that you're attaching to your message so that eBay doesn't see it in the written part, eBay can catch on to that, and they're going to charge you final value fees for the value of that item. They can do that. It's in the actual eBay policy. And I ain't trying to do that. And I made it clear to him, look, let me know if you change your mind, but this is the best that I can do. And, I figured that this person is willing to kind of go that far. I'm not sure I want to deal with someone like that. The buyer's name in this case is Fox Shadow, FOXSHADOW. And I'm putting it out there because I know that I don't want to deal with buyers like this. Of course, I didn't report this buyer. This buyer actually happens to be a seller as well, so they should know you're not supposed to take these transactions off of eBay. Now, I didn't report this to eBay. I'm not a Karen like that. I'm telling you guys so that you can put this person on your blocked buyer list. I ended up putting this buyer on my blocked buyer list later on after the fact, because later that night, I would say about 10 o'clock at night, I get a little notification saying that someone agreed to buy this laptop for $600, which is the offer that I sent to this buyer. I didn't think anything of it. So I went to bed and I woke up in the morning and scrolling through my messages like I told you I did for the other situation, and I see that it's paid for. Cool, right? And then I go to my messages to see what maybe pops up in my messages, any questions someone may have had on an item. And I see that this Fox Shadow has sent a message. And in the message it says, hey, I bought this by mistake, and can you please cancel? So I'm like, wait, hold on. This person bought this item or agreed to buy the item at 10 o'clock at night, and 7 a.m. they decide that they're going to buy the item. So they've had like a 9-hour period to sleep on it. They woke up, decided, hey, I'm going to buy this item. And then literally a minute later, they send me a message that said, hey, I want to cancel. Not a cancellation request, but just a message saying I wanted to cancel. Now, you guys know me from past videos. If I get a cancellation request through eBay, they better follow up with a good reason. And to say that I bought this by mistake when you've had a 9-hour window and then you pay for it, that's not a mistake. I don't know what's changed, but honestly, that's not valid. Now, here's the problem. This person has already shown me that they're willing to go through a lot of means to take care of whatever they got to accomplish by sending me their phone number and address information to try to do business off of eBay. This person, if I send out this laptop and just avoid the cancellation request, if they truly can't afford this, maybe they're in over their head, they're going to try to find a way to get out of the deal, including filing a false Aint ad or something of that nature, just so they can get the label paid for to send the return back to me and get their money back. And I'm not trying to play that game. I took a moment to check the feedback left for others, and this seller happens to have 3 negative feedbacks that he or she has left for other sellers. And I absolutely hate that. I hate to see sellers who like to leave feedback for other sellers. I think that unless you have someone really, really, really bad as a seller that you've bought from, that as a seller yourself, you should do everything you can to try to work with that seller to try to accomplish whatever you feel is fair before you go in and leave a negative feedback. Now, negatives aren't that big of a deal, but I don't care what anyone tells you, buyers look at that, okay? And if you have a series of negative feedbacks on your account, it's just not a good look, okay? If we're being honest. So I don't like that to begin with. And so for me, this guy's bad news. Too many red flags. Fox Shadow is the name of this buyer/seller. And I don't want any part of it. I'm sure that there's a few of you who don't want any part of that kind of a buyer/seller. And I'm putting the name out there right now. I blocked him. I gave him his money back. I sent him a message saying, hey, look, you sell on this platform as well. You should know that this is how it works. You shouldn't be agreeing to buy something, 9 hours later paying for it, and then a minute later deciding that you just lost your mind over a 9-hour period and went in over your head and paid for something you couldn't afford. I don't know, but it's unwound, thank goodness. And the weird thing about it is, in the payment card industry, if you have a credit card transaction that is canceled same day, usually what they do is they just void out the charge. It just kind of wipes it out. It takes it out of the pending state, but you're not charged either. But in the world of eBay finance, the way managed payments is set up is that when you cancel a transaction, that entire amount is taken out of your available funds, and that transaction is still allowed to go through. So I had like 500 and something dollars in available funds, and that's 600 and I think after taxes and shipping, it was like 640 something dollars. That negative amount wiped out my available funds, put me in a negative balance And that 500 and some odd dollars that I would have been available for transfer to my bank the following day now has to wait for this money to actually reverse itself and clear out of my account. I guess it'll somehow balance itself out once his payment clears. This guy's bad news. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't want any problems, any chargebacks, any unnecessary returns. That's why I canceled this thing. But as a side effect, it's causing just delays on my money that I just didn't even think. I didn't think it was going to be a problem. Now I know. Keep in mind, that's another problem. When you guys cancel an order, if it's a large order, it's going to affect your balance, and you may not get as big of a deposit from your available funds until all that stuff shakes itself out. So that's another reason why, as a seller, we should not be willing to take cancellations. Now, I'm not second guessing my decision. I certainly think that I did the right thing. Again, this guy's trouble. I don't want to deal with it. I want to wipe my hands clean. Here's my 30 cents eBay. Take it. I'm happy to give it to you. I don't want to deal with this guy. I've got too much stuff going on, and I see the red flags. I'm running as fast as I can away from this guy, and I suggest you guys do the same. So what do you think? What do you think of the content tonight, or whenever you're watching this? Please do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that notification bell when I go live or make another video. By the time you guys are watching this, I'm going to be at ASD. I went Monday, and I'm going back on Wednesday, and probably going to meet up with Tom from Liquidation Motivation. Have been talking to him, may or may not, depending on our schedules. I know we're both busy checking things out down there, but it's just a huge, I think it's like 2 convention halls full of clothing. Like one hall has clothing, jewelry, purses, things of that nature. And the other hall has general merchandise. They have electronics. They have pretty much everything you can think of. And it's really not a place where you can go and buy, an item here and an item there. That's not what it's about. It's about where you go in and meet up with other vendors. They have their wares, and some of them have them in bulk at the location. But other vendors, you can basically negotiate like, hey, I want to be able to buy 100 of these or 100 of those at this cost. And the idea is for us to be able, as sellers, as resellers, to be able to, whether we have a brick and mortar or if we have an online store, to be able to resell those items and to build those relationships. So I did a quick walkthrough. It was such a large venue. I'm a fast walker, and it took me over 3 hours to go through it all. And it was quite crazy. I'll have something for you here at the end of the week. Maybe some videos from that event. And it's something, if you're a reseller, this is all in Vegas. So if you're a reseller, it's worth maybe making the trip if you're looking for some sourcing partners. Now, I haven't established any connections. I have some ideas on some things I want to look into. Tomorrow, I'm going to be pursuing some of those, and hopefully I can find a couple sourcing avenues that's going to really help me be a little bit more consistent as we move forward. So guys, I hope that you don't encounter any kind of glitches like I did earlier in the week, and I certainly hope that you can stay and steer clear away from this Fox Shadow character. But either way, just know that flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have a great rest of your week. Keep making those sales. Sales, I think, are picking up. At least they are for me. Hopefully they are for you. But hopefully we're at the end of the summer slowdown and we can start making some progress. And guys, just keep moving forward, and we will talk to you here in the next few days. Have a great rest of your week.